Hello everyone, Mr. Johnson here, and today we're going to do something a bit different, which is our STEM challenge, STEM being science, technology, engineering, and math. This is going to be a bit like science and engineering. We're going to see which material is going to keep an ice cube from melting the longest. So why are we doing this? Well, in a practical sense, we do need to keep things cooled when we're storing them. And we know we use the freezer to do this now. This is where my ice cubes are going to be. But what if we were to lose power? I mean, I know a lot of people have been hoarding food because we're in the middle of a pandemic emergency. And what if there were another emergency, like a hurricane, that were to knock the power out for a long time? We'd probably want to know what non electronic material could store food the longest. And also, when things are getting shipped, like for example, let's look at this shrimp. Mrs. Johnson had this frozen. She's going to cook it tonight. It's one of her good recipes, stir fry. But this came by came halfway around the world from where she's from. Now, not quite. Indonesia's a neighboring country to the Philippines, but it came a pretty long way. And thumbs up if you think this came frozen. Thumbs down if you think it came not frozen from the ocean by Indonesia. Take a minute to think. If your thumb is up saying yes, it came frozen, you're right, because there's no way it would have been shipped not frozen. It would have rotted by the time it got to the port and gotten shipped here to Baltimore. And our planet is getting warmer too. Carbon dioxide emissions are causing heat to be trapped in the air, and that's a whole different STEM topic. But my point is, as humans trying to run a global economy, we're going to have to find better ways to keep food from getting warm and getting spoiled. And those ways should probably be environmentally friendly, using the least amount of electricity possible, right? So that's what I'm doing here. I got some soil. This is going to be our first material. And oh, I see him moving. This is living soil. I got it from below the dogwood tree outside of the apartment. And you see there's even a grub in here. This is going to evolve into an insect. I don't know what kind, and it also makes good fishing bait if you're into that. I know I would have used him when I was a kid. And this is an Amazon package. It's a paper envelope with bubble wrap. I ripped it up, so we're going to see it as the soil, the Amazon package, or just nothing. This is what's called our control. Is that which one's going to keep ice from melting the longest? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some ice cubes from the freezer when I'm ready. I'm going to put them in these Dixie cups. Now, my colleagues, Miss Beiser and Miss Davis from Urban Teachers, helped me to find this nice experiment, and they put up a pretty snazzy, simple guide to follow, which I will also share in my Google Classroom. So you need these little Dixie cups. You could also use a smaller Ziploc bag, but Dixie cups is better. I added this onto the instructions. I'm going to use these to measure the meltwater. You need three food storage containers, aka Tupperware, and Miss Davis's parent guide just had comparing one form of material to nothing. I decided to build upon it because soil, it's been used to preserve things for thousands of years, and it's still in nature preserves ice under the Arctic tundra and what's called permafrost. Even when it gets warm in the summer, the ice doesn't go nowhere. So that's why my hypothesis is going to be that the ice will stay unfrozen, will stay frozen the longest in the soil. So I have a method on the whiteboard set up for figuring that out, but let's get our experiment set up first. So I'm going to get my ice. I got a tray. And I'm just going to put one cube. I'm going to try to see if they're similar sizes. I do have a way of controlling for that, but I'd rather not have to rely on my math too much. So, okay, here's 3. in a cup, in a cup, and in a cup. Next step, I'm going to put the cup nestled snug inside of the bubble wrap, and I should even probably cover it. And then cover the Tupperware. See if I can get it. Come on, you. I'm gonna have to be careful I don't spill water when I pop this open. Okay. Yeah. There's a fix for that. Because I'm not. Alright, you probably don't want to use as much paper wrap as I do, but... So, I'm going to check the time. It is 4:49. I'm going to give this 15 minutes. So let's quickly get this insulated by the soil. Stick it in. Make sure... Now, I don't want to get it dirty, so I'm just going to kind of close that. And shoot. That's just going to be dirty water. Now, one thing I'm noticing is not covered, but what if I were to use some other organic material, say a banana? Because, I mean, bananas, when you put them in the soil, they'll decompose and turn the soil. And I'll smush it because I'm making banana bread with it anyways. It's nasty. Cover it up. Here we go. Cover it up. And... finally, this one's not going to be insulated, so it's okay if it sits for a while. I'm just going to put it in here. And, okay, it's around 4:50. At 5:05, we will be back. This will be a separate video, and what we're going to do at 5:05 is we're going to measure how much meltwater is in the control cup, in soil cup 2, and in the Amazon paper cup 3. And then I'll label the cups, so we'll get there one step at a time, Mr. Johnson. All right? So I'm going to have to go do something for 15 minutes. I think IEP report cards would make sense. See you later.